This man was a true survival genius. In the wilderness, he found a massive boulder taller than himself, perfectly positioned to block the wind and snow. He walked around the rock twice to make sure there were no signs of wild animals before setting down his backpack and getting started. He began by building a roof, pulling a waterproof tarp from his pack. Using 2 angled saplings as supports, he tied 2 corners of the tarp to the trunks and secured the other 2 corners to the sharp edges of the boulder. His breath turned white in the freezing air as he carefully adjusted the tarp, making sure there were no folds where snow could leak through. As an experienced outdoorsman, this task was easy for him, and in less than 10 minutes, he had built a sturdy shelter against the wind and snow. Once the tent was ready, he knew that in extreme cold, fire was essential. He gathered dry wood nearby, where days of heavy snow had broken branches, and left plenty of fuel scattered on the ground. He piled a bundle of twigs at the tent entrance, struck a match, and held it to the kindling. At first, the flame gave off a faint blue smoke, then quickly flared in a bright orange fire that lit up the snowy ground. He added thicker branches, watching the fire grow stronger before warming his numb hands over the flames. Wanting something hot to drink, he filled his kettle with clean snow and set it over the fire. The freezing forest air made it necessary to keep the fire burning steadily. Soon, steam rose from the kettle, and even in the snowy wilderness, he didn't forget to add his favorite tea leaves. He pulled out a small piece of dough, stretched it into strips, and wrapped it around a stick like a spiral, setting it near the fire to bake slowly. Next, he took out a dried fish, cleaned it with his knife, and sprinkled it with a mix of salt and spices from his pack. Outside, snowflakes continued to fall, occasionally sliding off branches and landing softly on the tarp. Taking a short break, he poured himself half a cup of hot tea, sipping slowly as warmth spread from his throat to his stomach and out to his stiff joints. By then, the dough on the stick had turned golden, and the fish was ready to roast over the coals. As the fat dripped onto the fire with a hiss, sparks flew and the smell of roasted fish filled the air. When the skin turned crisp, he plated the meal, ready to enjoy a feast in the wilderness. Sitting by the fire, he ate the roasted fish and sipped hot tea, while the cold wind outside seemed to fade away. After eating, he remembered the importance of preparation and gathered more branches from the snow, stacking them beside the tent. As night fell and the snowfall eased, he added 2 thick logs to the fire to keep it burning until morning. Once everything was secure, he checked the area one last time before crawling into the tent. Listening to the crackle of the fire outside, he soon drifted off to sleep, comforted by the sound of wind and snow.